New this morning, Seattle-Tacoma International Airport in Washington is resuming normal operations after a man stole a plane and crashed into a small island. It happened around 8 o'clock last night. Alaska Airlines says the man was a ground service agent who helped direct traffic to gates and de-ice the planes. Officials say the man was suicidal and stole an empty plane and took off. The sheriff on scene said no one else was on board that plane.
We understand at this point there is probably only one casualty, most likely, and that's the person who was flying the plane.
Authorities say there were no signs that the incident was a terrorist attack. And we're getting more audio this morning of that man who stole the plane. Now, the man was addressed as Rich in recordings with air traffic controllers. He said he didn't want to land the plane at a nearby military base and described himself as, quote, a broken guy.
I got a lot of people that care about me, and it's going to disappoint them to hear that I did this. I would like to apologize to each and every one of them. Just a broken guy, got a few screws loose, I guess. Never really knew it until now.
Reports out of Seattle say 2 F-15s were sent to intercept the plane when it nosedived and crashed soon after. 6:14 and continuing coverage now of that plane crash outside of Seattle, Washington. A pilot is feared dead after he stole an airplane and crashed into a small island. It happened late last night when the man stole the plane and took off from Seattle-Tacoma International Airport. Now, officials say the 29-year-old refused to land at a nearby military base. One witness on the ground describes what she saw in the air.
We were sitting in the lounge chairs watching sunset, and then we saw the plane, and then the jets going right behind it, and my first thought was they're doing something at McCord. And I'm like, so late at night, you know, and then we heard a third jet, and then we kind of were, sunset was done, we went up to the house, they were putting everything away down at the pool, and that's when they heard the boom.
Now, a sheriff there says the man was the only one on board the plane, and Alaska Airlines says the man was a ground service agent who helped direct traffic to gates and de-ice planes. And making news now, officials in Washington state fear a man is dead after he stole an empty plane and crashed into a small island. Fire crews responded to this fiery scene at Ketron Island last night. Now, the island is roughly 40 miles southwest from Seattle-Tacoma International Airport, where the plane was stolen. A sheriff on scene says the incident shows no signs of a terrorist attack.
I think they were probably concerned that this may have been something more serious than just someone stealing an airplane and then doing stunts in the airplane. So as I think your broadcasters have indicated, there's no indication that this was an attack of any kind.
Now, air traffic controllers were able to get in touch with that man on the plane. In newly released audio, the workers addressed the man as Rich and tried to convince him to land the plane, but the man refused.
All right, Rich, this is Captain Bill. Congratulations, you did that. Now let's try to land that airplane safely and not hurt anybody on the ground.
All right. Damn it. I don't know, man. I don't know. I don't want to. I was kind of hoping that was going to be it, you know.
Now, as we mentioned, officials have not released the man's name.